So here we'll begin with our annotation strategy to get a better understanding of our article. And our article for today is Here's to Your Health. And once again, that article is in our textbook as well. I provided a PDF to make it easier for those of you who would like to print it out and use actual pen or pencil, as I normally like to do also myself. But for this particular viewing strategy, I will do it on my screen here. For Here's to Your Health here, we have a small section of writing at the very beginning, and that is an introduction that is normally added by the publishers, and we will not be counting that for our purposes today. So our first step, as you saw on the page there for our module, was to number the paragraphs. And again, as stated on the module page, by numbering the paragraphs, we will make it easier for references later, both in our discussions and for references in our essays. For example, if you were going to use something as evidence, you would say on paragraph number 4, I found this particular thing, and you can state it, and we would all know what section or what paragraph we're talking about. So we do always number the paragraph to start off. This particular article already has the numbers here on the side. I normally would recommend, normally the paragraphs are indented, and I normally would recommend writing the numbers right inside the indentation, just so that we can keep the margins as clear as possible on both sides, so that as you saw in our future steps, we can still use these margins here, the space provided for notes and comments and such. But since the paragraph has already been, all the paragraphs have already been numbered, we can just see that they have all numbers there, 1 through 12, and again, that'll make it easier for us to be able to reference the paragraphs a lot quicker. One other thing to point out right now for this first step, if you're doing it in your textbook, feel free to write inside of it. If not, you can use a PDF to write on it. If for whatever reason you can't print it out and you don't want to use pen or pencil on your textbooks, one other option is to use just a regular notebook and to take notes on everything that you're doing. Just keep track of the paragraphs, and later on, as you go through the steps, you can say in what paragraph did you do the other assignment parts of it. So one other thing you could do there. So that concludes step number 1, numbering the paragraphs.